Hello everybody and welcome back to EU4, and specifically the series where we attempt to spawn global trade in every single freaking trade node in EU4. Last time we played as Mutapa into Zanzibar. This week we're going to be playing as Gujarat and attempting to spawn global trade, well, in the Gujarat trade node. Gujarat, in comparison to a lot of the other Indian nations on the subcontinent, is honestly the best nation for trade. Gujarat is really the only nation in India that is meant purely for trade. Gujarat doesn't even really have that many military ideas in their idea set, which regardless, they're still really solid ideas as they get infantry combat ability, ship trade power, global trade power, religious unity, trade range, stability costs, light ship costs, providential trade power modifier, trade efficiency, and an additional merchant. And I'm thinking, unlike our previous attempt to do this as Zanzibar, I think we're going to go pretty hard into the colonial game and focusing on building up a huge navy and conquering a decent amount of Indonesia to push a lot of that trade over to Gujarat. Alright, here we are as Gujarat. Got 10,000 guys to start out with. We are also a Sunni nation. Another thing that's really nice about Gujarat is they actually have their own unique mission tree that, again, focuses all in on trade. The Gujarati mission tree is primarily focused around building up your economy. There are certain things that do guide you down the conquest path, such as the Rajputana frontier, all the way down to subjugate Rajputana and just conquering Malwa and whatnot. But the majority of this is simply building workshops, textile manufactories, trying to get your trade up in Gujarat. Overall, having a really big navy. In terms of rivals, everybody hates us apparently. We're going to just rival who rivaled us back. In terms of merchants, we do have a merchant here in Coromandel, one in Deccan, and one in Lahore. You know, we're going to take the one out of Lahore and actually move him to Doab. I think we're actually going to make a little bit more money there. Money-wise, we're making 3 ducats, so I can afford advisors also. Alright, we're going to start out attacking this guy. He's allied to Dundar. Oh, all the way up here. Okay. Yeah, that's fine. Ooh, I don't like how Mawar is attacking Kutch. Now I have to attack them. I love when the AI thinks they could just snipe a nation away from me. Alright, let's full annex this dude. Oh, we do have cores on Mawar. That's pretty nice. Assuming Sindh? Oh, they didn't ally anybody good. Alright, Kutch did just surrender to me. We'll just full annex them. Alright, I need to find an ally, like, because it's just me right now. I can ally Jaunpur. Perfect. That keeps me alive at least for a little bit. Alright, now we're going to go ahead and attack this guy, and we're going to co-belligerent his friend Revokantha. I think these guys have cores? No, they do not. Either way, we're just going to do it. Alright, I'm going to attack Edar really fast. They have no friends. Should be like one of the quickest wars of my life. Now for this war, we're gonna annex both of these guys. Alright, and we're gonna go ahead and attack Sindh because we can full annex them right away, and they hold 2 really important trade provinces. And finally, I'm gonna use my navy because I kind of forgot I had a navy. Alright, full annex Idar. I'm sure it's Idar. Alright, let's get the boats home. These 10 guys, we're gonna fight Sindh's guys, I'm believing. Hey, look at that. Mawar's like, hey, you know what? I too want a piece of Sindh. I gotta give him props for helping me just wipe out their armies. Alright, Sindh. You know the deal. Full annexation for you. And once I get enough favors, we're gonna go ahead and attack Mawar. Alright, let's conquer this dude. Mawar ended up dumping him, so it's free real estate. And our ruler died. So we got a 221, 353 air. It's actually pretty decent. Alright, I'm going to do something that's probably a horrible idea. I'm going to attack Mawar myself because Jaunpur is getting their butt handed to him by Delhi. And I really want to beat a Mawar, so I hired an additional merc company. I'm going to take out their 2 allies first and then focus all in on Mawar. Oh, look at that. Now I could call on Jaunpur. Tier 2 government reform, we're going to go with noble privileges. And next time I have enough government reform progress, I'm going to swap over to an Eastern plutocracy. This way we could get an additional merchant and we can set up trading posts. Alright, we're going to annex these 2 guys. And now we're pretty much just on to fighting Mawar. Alright, we could take all the provinces I actually want out of this war. And a little bit of money too. And look at that. already really big. We're like one of the largest nations in India now. And we also completed this mission for conquering Gawar, which is a core of ours. We get permanent claims on the Mawar area. And we just have to core some provinces, and we get even more claims. Alright, now we're going to take out our trade ships. These guys are going to go ahead and protect trade in Gujarat. And realistically, our next step should probably be attacking either Bahmanes or Vijayanagar. I think we actually took a gold mine. Yeah, we did, in their capital, Mawar. Nice. Alright, since we have that gold mine, time to dev that sucker up. I definitely want to make sure I make the most out of that. We're already making 13 ducats a month. 5 ducats of that's coming from gold. Alright, we could choose our very first idea set. Honestly, I'm debating between both exploration and expansion ideas. Expansion does give me the additional merchant and obviously the colonist right away. Exploration would be good, so then that way I could actually get into Africa, stop a lot of my trade from leaving. But expansion pretty much allows it so then that way I could get into Indonesia a little bit faster. You know what, we're going to go with exploration ideas because we're going to use that colonial range and plus also the naval force summit in those ideas are very good. Global trade power obviously with expansions also very well and probably synergize even better with our nation, but I think we'll be okay, especially because later on we're going to be taking trade ideas. So we're going to open up with exploration. And what I'm going to do next, since we are ahead in technology against Vijayanagar, I'm going to go ahead and attack these guys. And I'm going to call them both Jaunpur and Orissa. We're pretty evenly matched, but I want to say with the technology we should be okay. Also, too, don't forget to be building spy networks. I always forget to do this. So sometimes my sieges take a little bit longer. Alright, it's time to go bail out Orissa as they're getting destroyed right now. And there goes Orissa. Great. Not like I was unsieging your capital or anything like that. And also, too, with Orissa getting kicked out of this war, I'm going to have to rely on mercs. Good thing I saved up quite a bit of money. Alright, we're going to get Malwa out of here. Take some of their money. So that's one less nation to worry about. Now, we can't get Andhra out of here just yet, but I'm going to send my merc company up to Mawar. They're going to do all the sieging there for me, and I'm going to take the war goal. And there goes Jaunpur. Thanks, Jaunpur. You suck. Alright, let's fight Vijayanagar's army. They are on one of our forts. Oh, they're running away. The cowards. But we have the Miltech, and it is in grasslands. Yeah, stack wipe at least one of those guys. Now, Mr. Mawar, I'm going to pillage your capital, because I can. I'm going to take your war reps and all your money, and make you end your alliance with Vijayanagar. And this merc company, we're going to send straight to Andhra. Hopefully get those guys out of here. And we're going to engage on this Vij army. And our ruler died. 353 and a 320 error. Okay. It's fine, I guess. And Andhra, you're out of here. Now it says the mighty Vijayanagar Empire and their 13,000 troops, which are now all gone. And I'm sure Bahmanes is probably getting ready to attack these guys next. And they attacked Andhra. Ooh, interesting. Oh, they did join? Why would you join that? You have no troops. Alright, I can get pretty much the exact piece that I want out of this war. I'm going to take pretty much Vijayanagar, like most of their coastline, at least on the Gujarat side. Almost all their money, and I'm going to take, or make them break their alliance with Malwa. Alright, let's go ahead and complete this mission. This is also going to give us a couple claims on, I think they're just claims, not even permanent claims. On, yeah, just a couple claims on Bahmanes. And Vijayanagar just lost their capital to Bahmanes. Wow. Alright, so a bit of a change in plans. Originally, I was opening up with exploration. I didn't choose anything yet because I couldn't reach anything yet in terms of colonization until I got Diplotech 7. So it kind of negates the purpose of taking exploration ideas, other than the fact I could explore like different areas like in Africa and stuff, but I could just request maps later. So instead, I will just go ahead take expansion ideas, so then that way I could get 2 colonists, the additional merchant, and also it's nice to have an additional diplomat. So then our next idea set will be trade ideas, and we're going to try and push as much trade over here as possible. But first, we're going to start colonizing in Indonesia. I'm going to attack Bahmanes. They're really the next largest
biggest threat to me, so I might as well punch them in the face, you know. Also completed this mission by simply just building a barracks here, and now we get a bunch of permanent claims on Kutch, Thada, Bela, Ormuz, and Muscat, so pretty much we own most of these provinces, aside from Bela from Baluchistan, and Ormuz and Muscat from, well, Ormuz. So maybe Baluchistan might be our next target. They are allied to the Mamluks, which could be a bit of a problem. Okay, now we could get Delhi out. That's going to unsiege half of Jaunpur. And now Bahmanitz only has 15,000 troops. Ooh, now this is interesting. So the Manchus are apparently rising the power up in China. That may make things a little bit interesting as we get into trade with China and trying to push a lot of their money this way. Alright, this war with Bahmanitz, we're just taking everything that we have claims on over here, including one of their forts, taking all their money. And now realistically our largest two rivals in all of India are Bengal and Delhi. Even then, Delhi's getting kind of beat up right now. What I'm going to do now too is we're just going to chill. I'm completely out of manpower, so obviously that's going to be a problem. And now Bengal is attacking Bahmanitz. Whoa, okay Bengal. We did just get an additional merchant now from Trade Ideas, so we're going to put him in Bengal. I'm honestly tempted right now to just go ahead and attack Delhi. I think I will, because they only have 6k troops. Oh yeah, no. This is probably the best time to do it, because even Timurids are attacking. Alright, yeah, we're getting in on this. We'll call on Jaunpur. Bahmanitz would not join. And in this war, I'm going to be trying to take this stuff over here, obviously, the things I have claims on, but also I want to see if I can't get some of Multan, because then we could stop a lot of trade from leaving Lahore. Alright, so with Delhi, I'm just going to take the Multan area, war reps, all their money currently. That's going to help me push a lot of trade down here to Gujarat, which, I mean, we already have at 13.5 ducats. Pretty nice. Now, I'm going to go ahead and resume our conquest of Vijayanagar. They have a lot more stuff, especially along their coastline, that I really want to get to. Alright, this war is getting to be pretty rough, so I'm just going to take their entire coastline on this side. Alright, ally-wise, I guess really now would be the best time to ally, like, the Timurids, especially because they are expanding this way. I could form a coalition against them, though. I'm also going to break my alliance with Ormuz, because eventually we are going to be expanding this way. Alright, let's finally get Renaissance. It's much needed, especially since colonialism is now a thing. Let's also go with native coexistence policy, so I don't have to deal with, you know, competing with the native population over here. We're going to go with, like I said, we're going to start focusing on Indonesia right away, so we can bring a lot of trade this way. Alright, let's go ahead and start stating up a lot of this stuff down here. Obviously, we're going to concentrate some of the dev as well. And because I am an Eastern plutocracy, I'm going to go ahead and build a trade post here. Well, I need more admin, but, you know, we're going to be building a trade post down here. Same thing up here in Multan. We're going to build one up here as well. Alright, it's time we go to war with Baluchistan. This is going to call on Delhi. I'm not going to call on my ally Timurids either to help me out, because I'd imagine they probably want their whole country. They want, like, yeah, actually I could call them in. Ooh, we got prospering times in this province of all places. Alright, yeah, we're gonna do the invest in better production methods one. Now, Mr. Baluchistan here, obviously we're gonna, like, kind of full annex these guys. And that does push us a little bit closer towards Ormuz. Alright, time to finish up trade ideas. So now we have an additional merchant to work with, which we are going to send straight to Malacca. Alright, did just vassalize Nagwar. So that's one less war we just don't have to do. And I found out I could also vassalize Bahang over here in Indonesia, so that's going to help me out a lot. I can almost vassalize Aceh also. Alright, I'm also going to vassalize Indrapur. I think this is going to be much like my Tongu game, where I could just simply vassalize a lot of these people over here. Which is just awesome, and it makes my life so much easier. Alright, we are going to go ahead and attack Ormuz. With the aid of the Timurids. Obviously, I'm going to need my navy for this one. Alright, let's do it. I'm going to try and land on Ormas before I call in the Timurids, though. And I need to call them in because my navy's just getting absolutely destroyed. Come on, Timurids. Ah. I just watched as my navy was just getting destroyed. Oh, man. With Ormas, we're going to pretty much put them in the position that they made Oman at the start of the game be in. There's going to be these 3 inland provinces. That's pretty funny, actually. I really don't like how I'm the same color as them, though. Alright, I think it's time we finally revisit Bahmanes. We're going to call on Jwampur to help us out. We're going to take a lot of their trade provinces, like their capital and this whole area down here, because, well, there's 12 ducats and I'm just not tapping into that needs to go into Gujarat. Alright, it's time to make peace. We're going to do this. This is going to give us 3 centers of trade. One in their capital, this province here, which actually has local goods produced till the end of the game because of some diamond mines. And then, yeah, this province here. Now, what I'm also going to start doing is annexing my subject to Khandesh, because they also have a center of trade that I want. I'm also going to go ahead pick up a mere integration policy, as we're going to go on a annexation spree of all my subjects. Also going to go ahead look at Bengal, issue an embargo there, and then I'll embargo Delhi as well. So embargoing both Delhi and Bengal, and then vassalizing Aceh has actually bumped up my trade node to 30 ducats, or near 30 ducats at least. And we're making about 26 a month, 36 ducats from trade. Alright, I got another merchant because now we own 54% of the trade power in Ormas. I don't think my merchant here is making a difference in a positive way. I think he's actually making me lose a little bit of money here. So I guess we'll just try and push more trade out of in Indonesia. We'll push some out of Siam, I guess. See if that makes a difference. I don't think that'll really make a huge difference in anything. I mean, right now we're making 32 ducats, which is pretty good in 1538. Oh, apparently the Mamluks are also colonizing Indonesia. Hi there, Mamluks. Finally, we got colonialism. That's going to help out our trade actually quite a bit, as it gives us an extra 10% providential trade modifier. All right, third idea group time. We're just gonna go with quantity. This paired up with trade ideas. This is why I do a lot of my runs. So quantity, trade ideas. You get a policy for 20% goods produced. That's a huge bonus to just your overall trade value. And after embargoing the Mamluks, our trade node is up to 36 in terms of total trade value. I think in terms of expansion, because we almost have about 50 years left in this game. I think at this point I need to just focus on building a ton of production stuff. I'm going to be trying to rush down textile manufactories because we do have quite a few cloth and silk provinces that we could, and wool as well too, that we could make use of, and that'll boost up our overall trade value by a lot and just help out with production and all that stuff. And then soon enough I'll be able to rush down expansion and quantity ideas. So I think that's really our best bet for the next 50 years. Obviously I'm going to keep colonizing. I'm also going to go ahead take merchant navy. That's going to help out my trade ships generate even more trade power. Oh, and I finally see Europe too. Okay, so pretty standard looking Europe, other than the fact that the Palatinate got Burgundy. Okay, so currently Sevilla is actually the highest value trade node at 42 ducats. I am pretty close. I'm at 38.5. So I'm actually my trade node's actually more valuable than English Channel, about the same as Genoa, so not too bad. I'm also going to take out the indebted to the Giants. Reason being is because, again, I'm going to be building a ton of manufactories, specifically these cloth and silk ones, the textile ones. That's going to allow me to complete a mission. All right, let's begin annexing Aceh. I want them especially because they do have a trade port right here. All right, finally, after building those textile manufacturers, I can complete this, get extra 10% trade efficiency and goods produced. Now, if only I had a mill. If I had Admin Tech 16, I'd be able to build a mill in my capital, but and I could complete this mission. That's probably not going to happen though. Obviously, we're going to add all this to a trade company, and then also what I'm going to do is I'm going to make this a trading post, boost this one time, upgrade this to a level 2 center of trade, and now we own 18% trade here in Malacca. Alright, we bumped up our overall trade power in Malacca up to 26, which is surprising that we're actually more powerful here than Malacca themselves. But our trade node's up to 47.7 ducats right now. Meanwhile, Sevilla and Genoa are both above 50. I'm also going to go with this one, allow giants economic freedom. It's going to give us extra trade power. Alright, finally, let's finish up expansion ideas, giving us extra trade power. And we can now pair that up with trade ideas. We get trade efficiency and trade steering. So now we're at 57.5 ducats, yes. And we're making about 70 ducats a month. Pretty close, and we're 87 ducats from trade right now. And what I'm going to do, I'm just going to rush on quantity ideas. We are behind in tech, pretty bad. But I'd rather finish up our ideas, get additional global trade power and an additional merchant, plus that goods produced. It's needed. I really need to get ahead of Sevilla. Oh yeah, let's see what's going on up here in Manchuria. Oh, that's a pretty historical Manchu right there. Alright, vassalize both Tidor and Ternate. If you guys are not familiar with these two nations, they're the only provinces that actually produce cloves. Which, if you're the production leader, you get an extra 10% local goods produced modifier along with local trade power in those provinces just with cloves. Alright, I'm going to be building a property appraiser in my Malaccan trade node. This building gives you additional trade steering plus 50. So anything like that, that's fantastic. We're going to be able to push even more money out of here. Finally, we finish up quantity ideas, allowing us to finish up our entire idea set and take out the policies I really want, which is the goods produced one. And that additional merchant I'm going to end up sending over here to the Moluccas. That's going to help push a little bit more money out this way. And now our overall trade value is 67 ducats. Next closest obviously is going to be Sevilla at 60 ducats. So we are still in tight contention with Sevilla. Alright, for our fourth idea group, just to shore things up, we're going economic ideas. Alright, the year is officially 1602 and global trade has spawned in Gujarat. Specifically in our province of Kambat. We were able to get our trade node up to 89.4 ducats. The highest I was able to get it up to was 98.6. But I think due to some wars and then also to some of the other nations like Bengal gaining some institutions that made it go down a little bit. The next closest trade node is Sevilla, or actually English Channel. English Channel went up. It was originally like 50 ducats. It went up to 71.4 ducats. Followed by Sevilla and Genoa, of course, in mid-60s. So with that being said, I hope you guys really enjoyed this video. Today's video was actually a success, unlike Zimbabwe like last time. And next time when we do the Global Trade Challenge, we're going to be playing in the Americas. I'm thinking I'm going to take one of you guys' recommendations. We're going to play as either the Caribbean or we're going to play in the Chesapeake Bay. Either one of those, those are going to be the trade nodes that we are going for next week. With that being said, I will see you guys in the next one. Chairman out.